Graz and eat some soup and drink some coffee and talk about something. And what he told us was kind of sad. First, he told us that he would be dying in the next 6 months because he was in the terminal phase of cancer. And he said, you know, I'm the only guy still caring about the Lord Jim Lodge, and I have the Lord Jim Lodge, but I'm dying in the next 6 months, so I don't want it anymore. You can have it. I give you, like, monochrome, the Lord Jim Lodge, and do with it whatever you like. There's just one simple thing you should do. Please let it rock. And we thought, how could we actually let it rock with this, like, old, like, art, whatever it is? And then we had a little bit of thinking about it, and we suggested Jörg Schlick the following idea. We stage a hostile takeover, like the young neoliberal Austrian art group Monochrome takes over the old, not really working Lord Jim Lodge and is trying to restart it, make a startup with it, maybe make franchises and make a couple of good bucks with the old high symbolic value but low real value art thing. And he was really into it and said, that's perfect, we should do that. And then a couple of months later he died, and he never ever learned what we did with the Lord Jim Lodge. And the next picture, you can see us standing around the dying Jörg Schlick with the big stamp representing the logo, and we don't look pretty good, but because we are the evil, hostile takeovers of the lodge. So what did we did? We basically forged, or actually created, a couple of 100 letters. The letters basically said, Monochrome is now the new owner of the Lord Jim Lodge, and we sent the letters to many, many museums all around the world, to the MoMA in New York and to the MUMOC in Vienna, to many, many galleries and places where they have pictures and paintings by Kippenberger, Schlick, and so on and so on. And we basically told them, Monochrome now has the trademark right and the copyright for the Lord Jim logo, and we want our fucking 15%. Basically, we didn't think that anyone would react, because we thought, I mean, they have legal, like they have legal departments. I mean, they could check it and say, come on, bullshit, nobody could like have a trademark right of a logo painted on some like self-portrait somewhere. It's impossible, yeah? But still, we got some phone calls and we got some emails saying something like, can we settle that out of court? And we said, yes. Let's talk about it. And then we had conversation with those guys, like from different galleries and museums all over the world. And after like a month or 2 months of discussions, they somehow found out that there's some trouble with that, because we never ever could tell them our lawyer and stuff like that. So after like 2 or 3 months, they somehow didn't contact us anymore, and we never got like the millions and millions of euros we should have deserved. But still, there was a big turmoil and bubble and rumors, and everybody was talking about those Monochrome guys trying to sue some big galleries over like trademark infringement and blah, 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 blah. And still, because we were a startup company back then, and we're still a startup company, we still wanted to make some money. And we couldn't get the money from the museums and the galleries, so what could we do? And then we had this interesting idea. Actually, we had this interesting idea. Back, please, 1 second. That's the press conference about the trademark issues we had in Berlin. The next, please, and that's our Mr. Roland Grazer sitting in front of his laptop thinking about the press release for the whole thing, and the dinosaurs up there are basically the museums where... The next, please. So we were coming to the United States of America. We were going to Amish country in Pennsylvania, and we were thinking about what could we do, what could we do, what could we do. And then we heard about an interesting thing. The Coca-Cola Corporation in Austria founded a new art prize, the Coca-Cola Lights Arts Edition. And we thought, that's interesting. I mean, the old forefathers of the Lord Jim Lodge, they wanted to have the logo being more well-known than the logo of Coca-Cola. And we said, okay, we'll take part. And the basic thing was, we should, like, artists should basically make an artwork, send it to Coca-Cola. They would, like a jury would then pick up the best artwork, and then they would print the artwork onto 50,000 bottles of Coca-Cola Light. And we sent like a small piece of paper with the logo stamped in 5 minutes onto it, and we sent it to Coca-Cola, and we won. You see, here you have the Coca-Cola bottle with many, many small Lord Jim Lodge logos on it, and next to the face of Frankie Ablinger, you even can see 3 Mentos, just a nerd gag, if you know Mentos and Coca-Cola Light. So it was really interesting. We were standing there getting our prize, actually 5,000 euros plus 50,000 bottles of Coca-Cola Light with the logo on it. And we said, that's a good performance. Like in 6 months, from 0 euros to 5,000 euros, that's pretty okay for a young company. And we were eating Coca-Cola soup there with mushrooms, and it was really a strange, like, PR company kind of thing. And we were thinking about what could be the next step. So how could we, A, make more money, and B, spread the basic idea of the Lord Jim Lodge? And what we did was, we decided to make 12 oil paintings, like 1 meter by 1 meter 40, like giant oil paintings. And what did we do? We created them in Photoshop and sent them to China. And that's the next picture. We found an artist in China who we sent the Photoshop pictures. This guy actually here. We paid him 2,000 euros. He had 2 weeks to paint the 20 paintings. And then we sold them in Vienna for 4,500 euros each. That's a good performance. I feel like 12 paintings for 2,000 euros, and we were selling them for 4,500 euros per painting. Okay, and that's basically how the world economy works. Just outsource it to the East, and everything will be good. Okay? Especially in China. I mean, China is a big copy market. They copy Prada bags. They copy Nike sneakers. They copy Harry Potter. They have 27 episodes of Harry Potter in China. Of course, they copy DVDs and whatever. It's a big copy market. But they're not only copying immaterial things and shoes, they're also copying paintings. There's a whole industry in China of people painting Van Gogh's flowers, for example. There are people like with assembly lines sitting next to each other. And the first guy is making a blue dot, and the second guy is making a yellow dot, and the third guy is making a red dot. And they have like 100,000 Van Goghs like in a couple of days then or something like that. We didn't actually contact such a company. We just contacted a businessman in China, this one here, and told him, okay, we want to work together with you. We even offer you to be a member of Monochrome, but he wasn't really interested. After all, because we're really good people, we told him that he would get like a 50%, we would get 50% of the money we make with selling paintings here in Europe. And that's actually pretty good for him, I think, because I think he'll be living a couple of years pretty well from the money he makes in the European art market as an outsourcing provider in China. The next painting, because we somehow have to go on, is this like handshake metaphor, and that's basically the story of the Lord Jim Lodge. If you're interested, if you're in venture capital or stuff like that, please contact us. We know about the art world, and we know a little bit about venture capital, so please, 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 please. And the next thing now is especially dedicated for Jens Ohlig, who did a pretty good talk about text adventures a couple of days ago. And you can see that we love alphanumerical strings. And this guy, Greg Fearing, who is actually the main character in the next short episode, loves alphanumerical strings too. So please enjoy his little adventure. Yes, and please don't forget, get the Commodore 64 font or get a life. I'd like to introduce you to a character from the American history. His name is Jackson Pollock. Actually, that's Jackson Pollock, yes? Jackson Pollock was a so-called action painter. He created the term of the action painter. He painted action. Yeah. And that's an egg. And